Right now, the Philippine stock market is hemorrhaging capital. Millions in value are being wiped out, and the chaos is centered almost entirely around the country's most recognizable consumer brand, Jollibee Foods Corporation. The catalyst for this sudden drop is highly specific. MSCI, the global provider of equity benchmarks, just officially deleted JFC from its Philippine Standard Index. In response, foreign institutional funds are stepping up to the plate and aggressively dumping millions of shares of JFC straight into the open market. Step back from the terminal. As an operator, your first job is to separate your emotional reaction to a red chart from cold, mathematical reality. We have to answer one highly specific question. Are consumers suddenly buying fewer burgers, or is the global financial system simply experiencing a mechanical glitch? To understand the drop, you have to understand the scale of the benchmark. Roughly $1.8 trillion in global capital is directly tied to the decisions MSCI makes about its indices. This introduces the concept of passive outflows. Index funds do not think, they do not analyze business models. If a stock falls off the index list, their algorithms are mathematically forced to eject it and execute mandatory sell orders without a single human judgment check. MSCI set a hard implementation date of May 29, 2026. Because every passive fund must align its portfolio by that exact deadline, it creates a massive temporary liquidity vacuum. The local Philippine Stock Exchange normally trades at a relatively moderate daily volume. When you force an index-sized mountain of sell orders through that narrow exit all at once, the selling pressure completely overwhelms the market, which means this price collapse is a symptom of blind algorithmic execution. It has absolutely zero connection to JFC's actual product sales or daily revenue. So, if the core business is fine, why did MSCI kick them out in the first place? The answer requires looking away from the trading floor and into JFC management's boardroom. Management initiated a bifurcated architecture, splitting operations into two distinct vehicles. The large base, JFC Philippines, remains listed locally to protect their domestic cash cow, generating 75% of group EBIT. The smaller offshoot, JFCI, targets a U.S. exchange listing by late 2027 for scalable growth. By aggressively restructuring their assets into these two buckets, JFC intentionally altered their local market capitalization. That specific mathematical change is what caused them to miss MSCI size thresholds, triggering the deletion. Now, think about the math here. The exact corporate strategy designed to expand JFC into a global powerhouse is the precise mechanism that forced the algorithms to dump their local stock. We are watching two entirely disconnected realities happen at the exact same time. On the screen, a plunging index-driven stock price. On the ground, a fully intact domestic business generating steady revenue. This gap triggers the Alpha Protocol. It's a strategic mandate. Whenever a foreign institution is mathematically forced by an index to sell off a profitable company, you step in and acquire fundamental value at a steep discount. Add in the broader macro environment. Right now, Philippine and ASEAN equities are sitting at deeply bombed-out valuations. The downside risks and the fear are already baked into the price. If you panic alongside the algorithms, you make a highly expensive mistake. Selling on fear doesn't destroy wealth in the market. It simply transfers it out of the hands of emotional retail traders and directly into the pockets of calculating smart money. Open your Blackout Ledger, turn off the trading terminal, and ignore the daily red candles. Look strictly at the verified domestic cash flows and factor in the massive upside potential of that upcoming U.S. IPO. You have a choice to make regarding this data. You can either react like a programmed robot following a rigid benchmark, or you can calculate like an operator exploiting a mispricing. Base your next trade on the actual numbers, not the market hysteria. Drop your tactical decision in the comments below.